I'm the Free Elf. This is Two Piece to Me, and this is Joy and Jump, where we talk about the 5 coolest things from last week and 2 of the coolest things from next week until you let us quit our jobs. The Celtics forced Game 7. Do you think it's going to happen or not?
No.
You don't think it's going to happen?
No.
Why?
I'm trying to figure out if I want you to be happy or not.
Did you have a little PTSD as a former Yankees fan?
No, I'm a Jets fan, so I don't know if I want you to be happy or not. I don't want your favorite team to be good.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know. I was watching Part of My Take the other day, and Big Cat was like, no, like when your team gets knocked out, you want your friends to fail. Like you root against your friends.
I did see he said that that's what like brotherhood is. I simply disagree.
See, I think it's different. Like we're related, so I want your team to win. Like if the Dolphins are in the Super Bowl, I want them to lose. Like
I want the Jets to win.
Yeah, for family, exactly, family. Now my friends, absolutely not. I don't want any of your teams being successful.
None of them?
No.
I think the worst thing that ever happened to Boston fans is that the Red Sox came back.
I guarantee the Celtics win.
Guarantee?
Yeah, I guarantee.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Take
guarantee.
that back.
No.
Take it out.
Guarantee, as my good friend Charles Barkley would say.
Yeah, every time he said that, it was back to the drawing board. We kept losing.
I love how everyone on TV has been wrong about this series. It's been great.
It is kind of nuts.
And now everyone's like, well, we did say if the Celtics won Game 6 that they'd win the whole thing now.
I hate that. There's a whole other game to play. A lot of people have lost Game 7s. In fact, 141, actually only 4 of them made it, right? I think that the Celtics are the 4th team ever to force a Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Only team ever to do it at home, though.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Would you rather lose Game 7 or get swept in the finals?
So, like, I want to win Game 7. I want this comeback to be solidified. I think it'd be kind of crazy. It's not going to mean as much if they don't win the championship. I mean, the Warriors won 73 wins, but it's still pretty damn cool if they can say that.
Back-to-back finals L's, too.
Can I be honest with you, actually?
Sure.
The Heat fans are why I want to win. Because
I really appreciate you for not lying there.
Because I was pretty neutral. You know, I was like, all right, this isn't our year. Like, good for Jimmy. Hope he does it. And then everyone texted me. And I said, never mind. Fuck you guys. I hope you get smacked.
The people do say there's something in the water there in Florida. Might be a few things wrong going on down there.
Asbestos.
Oh, okay.
You know how much money those lawyers probably make? Are you or a loved one affected? Yeah, we are.
I also think Jimmy Butler needs to shut up.
You think so?
He just keeps saying they're going to win every game after they lose.
Yeah, he needs to chill.
He's like, next game we got this.
Even Spoelstra. He's like, we're going to figure out how to get it done up there. I'm like, dude, you better relax.
That's true. I mean, you have to invite the 2004 Red Sox to the game, right?
If they're not all sitting front row, I want to talk to the owner.
I mean, this is the problem that happened when A-Rod and Jeter were just sitting courtside and they're down 3-0. Like, what are you doing?
Regardless of this series and how it turns out, how do you bring A-Rod and Jeter? Oh, they didn't bring them, but regardless of how this comes out, like I was saying, how are A-Rod and Jeter sitting front row of this Miami game? And then now, like, Damon's sitting there in Game 6. You did this to yourselves, Miami. As soon as A-Rod and Jeter walked in that door with a 3-0 lead, you should have said, respectfully, gentlemen, we're going to ask you to turn around. We'll give you finals tickets. That's a curse waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Should have shot A-Rod.
You need Mark Wahlberg. Oh, wait, no. Didn't he get rid of... He got Jeter, though, right? Yeah.
He's a biracial angel.
Speaking of things that we loved last week, Conor McGregor's documentary released right before The Ultimate Fighter's coming.
Oh, my God. I love Conor McGregor.
We actually just finished it. I was pretty pleased with it. I think there was a little bit of hate online saying you couldn't jump into his mind enough. That's stupid. True Geordie, shut up. Because that was really fun. I liked it.
He's a little. The best was when he was just sitting in the back and Dana White walks in. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry. Khabib's team got in the cage and Khabib jumped over. He goes like, I don't give a shit, dude. I lost. He's like, I don't care about that at all. He's like, I'm mad I lost.
It was really cool to see what a training camp looks like. I mean, because you see it on the YouTube videos and you see...
Well, they show you what you want to see on the... Or what they show you what they want to see on the YouTube videos.
Yeah, but like just what... Exactly. So seeing Conor walk in just to like some warehouse, all giddy, that he was in a warehouse, like that was pretty cool. And also, I thought it was pretty interesting to see the actual sports science behind some of their health. Like when they were trying to protect Conor's leg, I found that really interesting. The doctor was like, put some padding on it and like hope for the best.
Well, I love how they were like, you probably should, not go as hard. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And then the next practice, he has nothing guarding his leg and he's kicking bags and throwing spin kicks in the octagon. I was like, this is fantastic. He's a nut job.
Pretty big for the Conor McGregor narrative that he wasn't lying about his leg not being good.
Then 2 days after it being snapped in half, he's like, so, Doc, when can I fight again?
He's a dog.
He got out of his mind.
It did. The one thing I really appreciated about it, too, was like, it was interesting to see that he really does have everything. Like, he does not need to do this anymore. And I think the documentary showed it. He's got 7 cars, beautiful family, a wife he loves.
Oh, girlfriend.
Girlfriend, sorry.
Yeah, dude, come on, man. No prenups.
I mean, he does not need to fight again. And I think that's always been something we've talked about. But even his coaches are like, dude, you could never fight again. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. It just gave me a little more respect for him because it was like, you really are addicted to fighting.
The biggest thing I took away from the documentary was that us as humans can definitely take out animals because that alligator was scared.
He was flexing on
I
that
loved
gator.
everyone on the boat being like, all right, let's maybe not. And Connor's like, he's backing up. He's backing up. Almost just like, this is awesome. That's Pete Conor right there. Him being like, I'll fight this alligator right now. I don't care.
I think that's peak UFC fighter. It shows you that they truly do think they're alphas. Like a hippo could walk by, and I know Nate Diaz is like.
Well, it takes us back to one of our older videos. If like 100 humans can take out an animal, just give me one Conor McGregor. I don't need 100 humans. I just need one McGregor.
Yeah, he could finally do jiu-jitsu for the first time in his career and just choke him out.
Yeah, he's got that alligator in a Kimura with those little alligator arms.
I saw someone the other day, by the way, who said that the Mountain from Game of Thrones could take out Jon Jones in a closet.
Conor McGregor already beat up the Mountain.
Did he?
You haven't seen that video?
No.
He's just whooping his ass.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I have seen it. Yeah. But he said that that guy would beat Jon Jones, and I still disagree. Dana White and Adam Sandler are collaborating to do what kind of TV show?
A comedy UFC TV show.
That's what I need.
That's all we got, and it already sounds great.
That does sound great. I mean, what is... I don't want to ask too many questions, actually. I'm just going to look forward to this. I feel like Adam Sandler is in that like era of his life where he's going to do a lot of things that are really good for no reason. There's actually a lot of good TV shows coming out, right? So there's Adam Sandler and the Dana White one for UFC. I'm pretty sure Will Ferrell's playing John Madden.
He's playing John Madden. He's also doing a golf... I think it's a live golf like kind of show.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to get to.
Adam Sandler's supposed to reprise his role as Happy Gilmore in it.
I hope he's like the modern day John Daly in it.
Oh.
He's just slamming beers and hanging with his grandma.
I guess it's something. I think it's supposed to be like some kind of like live golf parody kind of thing or something. I don't really know, but I mean,
no way that grandma's alive, actually.
Yeah, no shot.
Yeah, is it auntie? No, it's grandma.
Is that auntie?
I mean, it could be a great aunt.
No shot. She was like 107.
Years young.
Yeah.
She had 7 Dr. Peppers a day, and somehow she just keeps kicking.
23 flavors.
I can't stand how every single time you see like a really old person getting interviewed, it's like, what do you do every day? 7 packs of cigarettes and 2 Dr. Peppers.
Yep. They all drink Diet Coke.
What's going on there?
I don't get it.
It's literally like they just, it's like fuel. It's like they took gasoline from the earth and just inserted it into their bodies. And they're like, yeah, we'll keep going as long as DC's getting me.
They're having 6 slices of bread with butter on every piece. And they're kicking.
They've never seen a TV dinner they don't like.
Every like woman over the age of 100 smokes cigarettes.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
What's it in SpongeBob? What are they selling?
Chocolate.
So much smoke.
I remember when they first invented chocolate.
Speaking of things that don't make sense.
Oh, okay.
So you ever like hear one of those facts where it's like that person is as old as like sliced bread?
Yeah.
So I found one out the other day that we've known about Uranus longer than we've known about Antarctica.
Well, I'm only 30.
No. Not Uranus, but Uranus.
Okay.
We've known about Uranus, the planet, longer than we've known about Antarctica. Doesn't that trip you out?
I don't believe that.
We discovered Antarctica in like the late 1800s. We knew about Uranus in like the early 1800s. Yeah, you don't like that, do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's the truth, though.
I don't like when there's things that are tangible that we don't know about in this world.
That's just like right there.
Yeah.
But there's also like if you look at, dude, here we go, going down the rabbit hole. If you look at old maps, some old maps from like the 1500s do have Antarctica in it, and like the North and South Pole in general. So everyone's just like, how they know about that? The Premier League came to an end.
Isn't it weird that the Premier League's ending and so is Ted Lasso?
That is kind of strange. It's almost as if they planned it.
Oh, dude.
Couple big things from the Premier League. Not a good look for America.
No.
Leeds United, which has arguably our whole American midfield on it, relegated.
Relegation.
Yeah, that's not good for us. That isn't. I mean, I guess it's the same problem, though. Maybe they didn't have striking. Let's blame it on something that's not their fault.
I feel like it's the world proving our point. Like, no, you guys are good at football. Stick to actual football.
So they had Adams, McKinney, and
Aronson.
Yeah. I mean, that's technically, there's no Pulisic there,
I mean, Chelsea finished like 13th this year, 12th.
He didn't play, though.
Because he's hurt all the time.
Yeah, it's true. Captain America got a nice Johnson punch in the World Cup.
Dude was like, I'll play the World Cup, but I'll see my way out after that.
Luton Town got promoted. Pretty cool thing. I mean, there was a bunch of videos of like old men being like, I've been a fan for 80 years.
It looks like one of the parking lots, like when we were kids, that they closed Kmart down in to like change into something else. That's where it looks like they play.
It's actually insane that I just pictured the exact parking lot that you're talking about.
Yeah, like it was funny. Like there's a video on Instagram or TikTok of a guy being like, I can't believe this team's going to the Premier League, and it's like him walking into the stadium, and I'm like, I feel like I'm
I
lost
saw
in a
it.
building.
It's the one where he's walking like through neighbors. Like he's walking by people's windows, right?
Yeah.
And then goes left, and it's like the whole field.
I feel like I'm crossing the street of like the home I grew up in to go to the school across the street to play in the backyard over there.
We're gonna have the video in here. I'll make sure I put it in. But that is like crazy. It's actually insane how many like towns and cities over there have their own soccer team. They all do.
Yeah.
And like some of them are just so irrelevant you'll never even hear their names. Like to someone like Wrexham to someone was nothing.
Well, this is like this is what Wrexham wants to do. They were in the 5th tier.
Yeah, that's true.
So like this is crazy right now.
Wow.
This is one of the wildest Premier League seasons of all time. Haaland breaks a record. Arsenal just does what Arsenal does. They make you think they're going to be good or not. Newcastle makes the Champions League for the first time in 20 years.
Is Arsenal the Clippers? I call them.
Yes, Arsenal is the Clippers.
Okay, continue.
Man U, they're back, obviously because we're Man U. That's what we do. Liverpool doesn't make Champions League. Oof. Chelsea finishes mid-table. Oof. Everton gets saved on the last day from getting relegated, which is crazy. Leicester gets relegated, who just won the Premier League, 5, 6, 7 years ago? I don't remember when it was.
Yeah. It's
just been a wild year. It's just been crazy. I don't get it. It's crazy.
Relegation in sports is the coolest thing. I'll keep saying it. You got to do it. And I hope we do it.
I wish America would adopt it. Bet you the Oakland A's would actually try right now.
I feel like America would adopt it if our sport was as old as theirs. Like if it...
I don't know, man. They show me some black and white ice bowl shit from football, man. It's pretty old.
No, yeah, that's a good point. But I'm just saying if like every city had a football, like if every city had a basketball team, right? Every state, then all of a sudden they'd be like, all right, we got to weed some of these guys out. But because we don't have that.
You just said every city, and all I thought of immediately was like more football. Give me more football, dude.
Throw them in the XFL.
Right? Oh my God. I need more football now.
Yeah, that would
It's football
be bad.
season.
It's not football season.
Yes, it is.
No, we're not there yet.
Aaron Rodgers at OTAs.
Nobody cares about OTAs.
He didn't go last year.
Boston Conor?
He didn't go last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tarantino, for his next film, wants a new lead actor. He's sick of everyone else.
I want him to throw the script out he has, the movie critic, throw it out.
Mm.
Make a new James Bond.
Oh.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I don't hate it.
Let's do it.
I don't hate it. Now, Tarantino's kind of crazy, so I don't think he's going to throw away his script.
Throw away the whole script.
Because he's obsessed with it.
I saw he couldn't even get a actual interview to do James Bond. Like they wouldn't even
Really? They wouldn't even entertain it?
Talk to him about it.
Wow, that is kind of crazy. Yeah, maybe because they're like, we don't want Bond just like murdering half the world.
Which he does.
Yeah, but like if it's Tarantino, it's going to be bloody.
Yeah, but it's always the bad guys.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if I had to choose a new lead, I want it to be somebody absurd. I want it to be so confusing. I want, give me someone who, stars in a soap opera. You want to prove to me how good of a director you are? Put,
Joey Tribbiani.
Nah, you know what? Grab Shia LaBeouf. You guys are both endangered. You know?
Oh, I love Shia LaBeouf.
Grab Shia LaBeouf, revive Shia LaBeouf in your next movie, Tarantino, and I'll believe you can do anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to...
Even though I already believe you can do anything.
You want to save some money, you need an extra.
What are you trying to say?
I mean, you need a stunt double.
Oh, okay.
How you doing? Shout the kid out. How you doing?
I get it.
What about our girl Becky Lynch dressing up as Kill Bill?
Night of Champions. Where was it exactly? It's not Abu Dhabi, right?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. That was fun. That was pretty cool.
I think that's the best Saudi Arabia event they've ever done.
It was, yeah, I liked it a lot.
It didn't feel like a house show. It felt like an actual event they put on.
WWE seems to keep doing events in other parts of the world. You've been talking about it a lot, and I agree. It makes it more fun.
That was awesome.
And it also makes it seem so much more exclusive.
Yeah, Puerto Rico was fantastic. Saudi Arabia event's been great. Now they're going to London for Money in the Bank. The crowds are just so into it because they don't get to see this that often.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the American crowd gets a little drowned out unless you go to those big cities. So this was awesome.
It's kind of a cheat code. It's like anytime they might feel like their stock's dropping a little bit, it's like, well, we'll go to Beijing tomorrow and figure it out.
There you go. How you doing?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Big time Bex got robbed. That's the man.
No, that'll happen. She can't win anymore. So.
But, her wife, Seth Rollins, did really well.
I mean, someone in the family has to bring gold home.
He's pretty, dude. He's awesome. It makes sense to me why he's in movies. He's kind of just a weirdo. Like he's walking down the aisle just dancing like the Joker. He's wearing like a puffer jacket.
Whoa!
It just doesn't make sense. Like he's the most unintimidating wrestler I've ever seen.
It's like he watched the new Joker movie and just took the whole scene of him dancing down the steps and was like, "That's me now."
That's me. Yeah. Well, AJ Styles can get bent, so I don't mind.
Well, he's
that.
got to go coach his kid's soccer team probably after. So,
Dude, enough with the haircut. He would actually look intimidating if he just had like a regular like crew cut. Even just do John Cena 2004.
I'll give you crew cut.
Give me something that's not your soccer mom straightened hair, dude. He has to straighten that, right? You can't convince me you're tough if you're straightening your hair before you come out for your event.
Wait, you're telling me that a WWE superstar can convince you they're tough?
No.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Dude, if AJ Styles came up to me tomorrow, I'd have to ask him. I'd be like, do you straighten that before you go out?
Cody Rhodes really tried to convince us he was tough, and then he passed out to a move that does nothing to make you pass out.
Yeah, getting knocked out by a Kimura is not the best look.
Yeah, I just didn't really.
My arm hurts so bad I've gone unconscious. No.
He's got to finish the story.
Story's not looking too good right now.
Well, there's a few stories that were looking pretty good last night.
The bloodline's over.
No, it's not.
It's come to an end.
No, it's
All
not.
by the hands of one Sami Zayn.
No, he did nothing. Willie did nothing.
Didn't have to.
I mean,
He didn't have to.
he did nothing.
He's a mental warfare champion. Who super kicked Roman Reigns last night? Was it KO? Was it Sami Zayn?
No.
No. It was Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy. That dude's gonna be working at Jimmy John soon if he keeps
What are you
disrespecting
doing,
his tribal
Oos?
chief.
What are you doing, Oos? Come on, Oos. You should have done a long time ago, Oos. There's no one on the planet that loves saying Oos more than those two.
I love it.
And did you hear, dude, my favorite part, just to like add a little spice on it on the way out, when Roman was like down in pain after Jimmy had just betrayed him and he had lost and he's at his lowest moment, you hear Jay go, Joe!
Yeah, he started using his real name.
He's like, no, Joe! It's like, oh man, they're breaking our hearts for us real quick.
I love how they disbanded all of that and like Solo just kept getting kicked in the head.
Yeah.
The last like 2 minutes, it was just him getting beat up the whole time. That's one thing I thought they could have changed. I think Sammy should have pinned Roman last night.
Oh.
Yeah.
You think it's time?
No. Just 1,000 days would have been like a big, oh my God, he just got pinned. This is crazy kind of thing. And they pinned Solo, and I'm like, okay.
So you think it's time to pin Roman Reigns? Is the belt gone? Should we get rid of the belt?
Oh, whoa.
Bloodline's over.
No, it's not.
That means his reign's over.
There's like 97 people in that family. We'll just get a new tag team.
Roman reigned.
Dude, I'll change my last name to Reigns right now.
No, he reigned. Roman no longer reigns. DeAndre Hopkins got released. I don't think any of us saw that coming.
Yeah, I'm really shocked they couldn't at least get like a 7th round pick. It's very, very weird.
It makes you think, like, what were they trying to get, and how come no team was willing to do it? You're telling me that, like, I know he's got an expensive contract, right? But no team was down. Not one. Like the Seahawks. What are you doing?
I think they're only saving like $8 million against the cap.
There's a lot of teams.
It's like $22 million in dead cap too.
There's a lot of teams that could have used his services.
I love him coming out and saying these are the 5 quarterbacks I would play with. They're probably the 5 best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, when you're that good, I guess you can just say whatever.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, it just feels. I mean, it feels silly because obviously it's great that he gets to walk anywhere, but I also am just like, how did not one single team be like, yeah, we'll pay some. We'll go against the salary cap. We'll move some stuff around. I want him.
I love how the Chiefs are the new Patriots though. As soon as someone gets released, it's like, he's going to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's true.
He probably will. I actually think he should go to the Chiefs because he's the one kind of receiver they don't have. All the receivers they have are shifty route runners, and he's kind of the I'll bail you out, just throw it up kind of guy. And with all the route runners and Travis Kelce just kind of opening up the middle of the field, if you have a one-on-one deep threat and it's DeAndre Hopkins now trying to prove something.
He also wants to maximize his next contract, so no better way to do it than Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I think signing with the Chiefs would probably be the smartest and best decision. But I mean, hey.
Or the Jets.
I'm not boast.
Ted Lasso finales this week.
I've heard.
I don't know how to feel about this show. It's just messing with me, man.
It's a roller coaster.
It started good. The whole middle was trash. And then the past 2 episodes, I've been like in love again. I don't know how to feel. I think every last season has some of this. But, dude, I was ready to write this show off 4 episodes ago.
It's kind of been all over the place. And now I feel like going into the finale, it's predictable.
Yeah.
It's almost everything we were kind of talking about going into the season, and they steered away from that the whole time, which is probably good.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we're getting everything that seems pretty predictable. Like Nate's going to come back and probably coach. Ted's obviously going home to his son.
Mm-hmm. But we didn't mind predictable in the first couple seasons. We liked how you got there. Like, the magic is how you got there. We were talking about Ted Lasso is one of the only shows ever that's entirely like, it's one of the only Ted Lasso is one of the only shows ever that's very positive. Like, there's a lot of shows out there that are negative and all about like crime and stuff. This one was just very positive, and we pretty much knew it was going to happen, but we really enjoyed how you got there. And I don't know, they're coming back around on being good again. And that Beard story, oh my gosh.
I did not expect that whatsoever. Talk about unpredictability. That was fantastic. They really like plucked your heartstrings a lot in this episode. They're like, we're going to get you a little teary-eyed a few times. We're going to try our best to make you cry. And I'm like, geez, man, leave me alone right now.
The writing of the past 2 episodes makes me think that in the middle, they were just completely different writers.
Yeah, so they were basically, if you follow Brett Goldstein on Instagram, he usually puts like 3 stills up of the show, and he'll like make a joke about what they could all mean. He gives a shout out to the writer. It's like a new writer every week.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I just don't understand.
Especially you need one writer.
Especially with like a series finale.
Final season,
wrap up perfectly.
one writer.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. Or at least collaborate with the 2-3 people you've had the whole time. Yeah. But I think it's like 4 or 5 different people they've had. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying like one writer do it all, but one group of dedicated writers. Like, make sure they are all there, because you can't have a cohesive finale if you're just jumping back and forth. I mean, it shows. One of my biggest complaints is that the Coach Beard, reveal of his story was so good compared to when Colin's storyline was happening. They didn't like. There was no payoff. There was no deep story. It was like his friend was just mad at him for not telling him. Coach Beard comes up and he's just like, yeah, I was addicted to drugs, and Ted Lasso saved my life.
I stole his car, and he said I didn't.
Yeah, and it's just like, there's some actual writing. You made some effort there.
Although the one thing they got right the whole season was I'm obsessed with Jamie Tart. They nailed it the whole time. It was not a bunch of poop with him.
Yeah, no, Jamie and Roy's story saved the whole season.
I don't think I want Roy and Keeley getting back together.
I don't even care anymore. Like, as far as the Keeley storyline went so many places, I don't even care. I do like that Barb's is with her. Is it Barb's? Barbara?
Yeah.
Barb's is Stranger Things, R.I.P.
I think the biggest part of the last like episode or 2 getting better is it seems like the whole cast is back together now. There was so much of like everyone being off doing their own thing, and it seems like everyone's back together now, kind of on screen together too, which I think is helping out a lot. And I almost like when they go to these destinations, like when they made the whole episode about going to city, and you can kind of tell everyone being together, and it wasn't like, obviously there's different like plot points they were hitting, but everyone was together. They were doing things, they were interacting, and I like that a lot. I thought that really helped like bring the story all like full circle.
To come full circle on how we talked about it at first, how it being very similar to Star Wars, that's one of the big things in Star Wars that they do on purpose. They separate everyone for a period of time that's uncomfortable, then they bring them all back together. And they show light even in the most evil people. So like with the coach last episode or 2 episodes ago, I can't remember. Not the coach, the ex-husband who owns West Ham, I forget his name. But Rupert. Like, you saw a little bit of light in Rupert. Like, you heard a good story for once about Rupert. It kind of mirrored like the whole Darth Vader thing. They went full Star Wars on
He still tried to get cheeks.
He always wanted. I mean, he's always Darth Vader.
Always wants cheeks.
He wants cheeks.